Hello friends. Well, as you can see by the palm trees that are standing witness, doesn't it look like they're standing witness behind me? There are three presences that seem to be heralding bliss and sublime and solidity. And as I'm sitting here out on the water and preparing for week 4 of my course that's going on right now, I've been reflecting because week 4 is all about surrender. It's about surrender as being an active participation in something. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I take a look at surrender and surrender can have this taintedness to it of resignation. It's not full. It's not jumping off the cliff and trusting and having hope and faith and knowing you're jumping off the cliff has great value. It's more the resignation of, well, there's nothing else I can do, or butting up against our own limitedness. I have been doing that this week. I have been butting up against my measuredness about the different things in my life that I measure. That I've got this. And the sense of command around that isn't command at all. It's measuring. It could be as simple as, okay, I'm not going to eat bread today. And being measured about it. And realizing that it's not dynamic anymore. So I have been asking myself, how can I surrender even more? Even in these little ways, in my big way that I've already surrendered, how can I allow the measuredness to drop away? How can I cease to butt against the things that I actually battle, that I actually question? And not question for the deeper motives, but question for the more measured motives that are at the service of the deeper motives. It's interesting because this is going to be a little bit of a tangent, but shortly before I came here on my last hike in Sedona, I happened chance to cross that amazing stupa that's there sitting almost at the base of Chimney Rock Vortex and hike. And I was spinning the prayer wheels, and the desire for this special someone that I don't even know what that is or who that is or how that is came to me. And this presence that I've been feeling for so long, I spun the wheels. And my real intention with that wheel was, let me see who this one is. Even if the one isn't life partner or not, but there's a presence of someone that's I'm meant to be making a path with that has more consistency to it. And as I spun the wheels, this on the second wheel it arose so strongly in me. Stop holding space to see that one and start praying for them. And everything in me surrendered into that because I could feel the rightness of it. So my question to you, especially during this week that in the Christian traditions is Holy Week, it's about really surrendering. I mean, in the life of Jesus and Mary and all of the friends, they're all surrendering to really unpleasant things. And once we get a few days on, there's going to be the surrendering into loss, dissolution, total shattering in a really big way. So I was reading in John of the Cross in the Spiritual Canticle, because as I'm preparing for this 4th week in my class, I'm reading, I'm pulling a passage from Osho's Tantra Supreme Understanding that is brilliant. And I also was drawn, I could remember this line from the Spiritual Canticle from memory, but I'm pulling it up here as something to lay out there, to tease and battle and wrestle against in your own surrendering in your life. It's 2 passages. It's the stanzas that are probably around 10 or 12. I can give you the exact notation if you want. Here's the first one. Oh, who can heal my wound? Quickly surrender to me now. As of today, please send me no more messengers who cannot tell me what I want. And the realization of that in the guise of spirituality, how do I look towards messengers, towards signs, towards manifestations that are pointing to something but aren't really what I want? They can represent something but aren't really what I want. And then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more phrases, so the stanzas. Reveal your presence to me and kill me by your gaze and beauty. See how the suffering of love is only cured when you or your face is near. There are moments in our lives when we're meant to be killed again, and killed again, and killed again, because what we're looking to, while it gave life for a moment or an instant, isn't giving life anymore. And it feels so alive to me right now. And part of it has been my reflection on what it means to be sustainable and do what you're meant to do in the world. And the interfacing that I have been doing with that, the wrestling that I have been doing, not wrestling in a mental way where I've been grappling with it, but just totally on a heart level, the wrestling with being faithful to the path of revealing, which so often in communion and contemplation, it doesn't have words. It isn't about being packaged in a way that markets you well, but it is most potent. And again, I'm circling back around to stay faithful to the potency, to stay faithful to the true revealing, to be killed again. And what's interesting in that passage is John says, you and your face, which says to me, not just you in the ineffable, but you in the material. You before me face to face. Let me penetrate where I keep setting up limits between circumstances and happenings and people and events and ideas about things. Kill me again. And kill me what? Not in a way that's devastating and alone, but by your beauty. So that's some of my reflections on the surrendering that we're called to. And a bit that's going to be in the course in week 4. But just sharing with you now my thoughts, and I know you're hardly seeing me with all this beautiful sunlight. Surrender is an action step. I mean, look at Jesus who walked during this Holy Week. It was such an affinity and a dynamic quality that he took step by step by step. And he was there. He was present for it all. And my hope is to be more present, even more present in the big things and the little things. And I say to you, kill me with your beauty and your presence. You in essence and you in your face. And may I be so humbled and honored to recognize you being that messenger. Not a messenger that's sent to point to something, but a messenger that embodies it in such a way that there's an immediacy between us. It's my commitment this week to show up even more to you online and to you who I may meet face to face. So I can't tell you how grateful I am for you and for the opportunities that I have here to reflect on this idea of surrender. I don't know that there is anything more manifesting in life than a true surrender. So let's take that and let's just chew upon it, okay? Give me your thoughts. It's hard. I can't see all of your comments here, so I can't respond to anything, but I will once I shut this off. Thank you for being here. I send you so much love, and I send you the beauty of presence that is sometimes masked in my layers, but is there, drawing me onward, and within you, drawing you onward. May we meet in that level, essence to essence. Many blessings in this very potent time of ritual, of Holy Week. For those who celebrate it, for those who do not, there is something that is universal about the invitation to surrender more and more to the dismantling and destruction of that which limits us, that we may taste and live in the presence that will be God, all in all. That is the formless ground of our being. So anyway, love you all. Blessings. Mwah.